Hey guys, on this episode of Divine Knockout, we're going to be talking about the new patch notes that just released for the Quest update. Now, let me tell you right now, we're going to get this awesome new skin that I showed you in my leak video, the Mechaterasu Amaterasu skin, or the Mechaterasu. It looks really great. And if you can see here on screen right now, you're going to see a little animation how she's looking when she's flying, doing her abilities. I'm super excited for the skin, and let me tell you, this is not a Twitch Prime skin. This is going to be available in the shop, and I'm going to buy this. I must have this skin, mainly because I just want to be able to destroy people looking all robot and Gundam themed. I mean, let me know in the comment section what you really think about the skin and if you're going to buy it for it, because I know there are a lot of Amaterasu players out there. Next up, we're going to talk about the new maps that are coming to the game. So we're going to get two new 1v1 and 2v2 maps. So the first map we're going to be talking about is the Mystic Mayhem. And as you can see here on screen, this is the gameplay they did for it, just to demonstrate what the map is all about. It's the wizard theme with the books and stuff. So basically, there are going to be certain spots in this map where you're going to have to worry about the damage from the books. There's nothing too crazy about this map, but I do like the overall aesthetic. I'd give it a simple 8 out of 10 on Orangeberry scale of approval. By the way, guys, it's these kinds of maps that are really great. Not every map is going to be drastic where you have to worry about the environment. Some maps are going to be pretty simple, like our next map we're coming up here, which is called the Champion Circles. And if you notice on this map, there's something really important about it. We're getting a mini Totters. Totters, by the way, if you guys did not know, is the frog with the mushrooms on his back. So Totters is on this map, literally chilling, watching you guys duke it out. There is nothing special about this map, just on the fact that it's Totters, it's up in the air, and the health orbs in the middle. You guys are going to be duking out and fighting out. There isn't enough space to hide or cat around. It's really great. I'm really excited to see how this map is going to go. Next up are going to be the new features being added to the game. In my opinion, this is the main part of this patch that I'm really excited for. On top of that, later on in this video, we're going to be talking about the god changes, and there are some very important god changes that you need to take note of if you play certain characters. With that being said, we're going to be talking about the first new feature, quests. So quests are finally coming to Divine Knockout. It states here that they're going to reset daily at 12 AM UTC time, and weekly ones are going to reset at 10 AM UTC on Tuesdays. Now, if you've played any video game, you know Tuesdays is reset time, so this is probably normal for you. On top of that, it says that claiming rewards like God Pass XP boosters and stars complete all weekly quests for bonus rewards. I'm excited to see what these quests are going to give us. I could use some free ruins. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Next up, now this is going to be very, very important for a lot of those hardcore players right now. Since we're not currently getting ranked yet, it's coming, but not exactly yet. We're getting this new feature called in-game leaderboard. So we no longer have to go on the website. We can stay in the game and know where people are. So the leaderboards for 1v1 duel and 2v2 brawl are now displayed in-game. The conditions for appearing on these leaderboards are still the same, and they are updated daily. This is actually a very nice change for a lot of those hardcore players. Now, another new feature, this is actually something I'm very happy about, is called Mark Favorites. So we'll be able to have favorites. For example, choose what god you want to show off your party, which is really nice, so I don't always have to get this random god showing up, you know, in my lobby screen. I can just choose my favorites. It's obviously going to be Sun Wukong. You can also select a god in the god collection page and mark them as favorites. Your favorite god and their equipped skin will show in the lobby every time, so you can flex those god skins. Next up, we have a very important change to XP boosters. So, as you know, XP boosters give us XP for one single match we play. It has totally changed now. Now it's going to be for 10 minutes of in-game play time. That's right, you heard in-game play time. So if you're in the lobby, it doesn't count. You have to literally play enough games in-game for a maximum of 10 minutes, and that'll be the cost of one of your XP boosters. Next up, we're getting a shop edition, which is going to be XP booster bundles to the shop. Now, these aren't going to cost ruins, so it's not for real money. That's right, you heard me right, it's not going to be for money. They're actually giving us the opportunity to get these booster bundles for stars, which is actually really amazing. So basically, this is the cost. You're going to get 500 stars for 10 boosters. Now that 10 boosters is equivalent to 100 minutes of 50% extra XP. That is incredible. I am excited for that. It's another thing worthy of my stars. Now they just need to give us more ways to earn stars, because when you have max level characters, you're going to be prestiging a lot. And that's something I want them to add, where we can earn stars constantly from gaining levels after that. Prestige. Okay, now this is the part of the video we're going to go over the god balance changes. Now there are a lot of gods that have been changed or get a little balance changes, but particularly there is one god out there, Zeus. He has the most amount of changes, and it's technically a small little rework, so we'll get into that right now. Now for the first god we're going to be talking about is Amaterasu. I'm going to break this down really simple. They've reduced the warp range of your air light from 8 meters to 4 meters, which is actually a big change. And for her talent, Absolutely Dashing removed ultimate charge on ability usage. Now grants 7.5 charge on hitting an enemy. Okay, that is actually pretty interesting change right there. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see how it does in game. I hope somewhere along here we really need a Susuno change though. Okay, next up we have Agile Aura, increased movement speed buff from 12.5% to 15%. That's actually really nice. I like that. Also note that Agile Aura is now Amaterasu's default set instead of Absolutely Dashing. That is an interesting little change. They did that to Thor in the last patch, which actually helped him out in my opinion. I've been seeing a lot more Thor players than normal. Lastly, we have Empowered Aura, increasing the additional knockback from 10% to 15%. So she's going to be a little more deadly, and I think she does need that definitely. Even though she has her Rage Quit combo, she does lack in a lot of areas, because if you have the skill, all you really have to do is dodge out Amaterasu, and it's easy to outplay her. Next up, we have King Arthur. So all they're doing for King Arthur is changing his blinding light. So it increases the damage from 12 to 15. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you, it's really nice because right now in game, King Arthur is the best he's ever been. Yes, they could change a little more things, but we'll see how that works in the future. Other than that, King Arthur's pretty fair to play right now. Okay, now we're going to touch on the next god, which is going to be Saul. Now, I love Saul, and I know a lot of players out there do as well. So for Saul's talents, this is what is going to be changed. The first talent being changed is Blazing Trail. Change the way the cooldown reduction is applied per hit by the ability. The first hit with the ability reduces the cooldown by 4 seconds, and any hit after that reduces it by an additional 2 seconds. That's actually really good. Next up is the change to Healing Flame. Healing Flame has increased healing from 1 to 2. That's actually big news there because the way I play Saul is all about her healing and patience. And I've made my build perfectly to suit that. This is going to heal me up so much. People are going to really have to watch out when they're fighting me. Next up, we have Hot Streak. Increased cooldown reduction by 9 seconds to 10 seconds. A little interesting change, not much of a difference. Now we have Line of Fire. Increased an additional knockback, causing a close range from 25% to 30%. That is actually really huge. That 5% difference, even though it's 5%, is going to make a drastic difference for a lot of those Saul players out there. Be very careful when you're fighting her. And for the last talent change for Saul, we're going to have Sunspots. Updated text description to clarify the number of fire pools created. Okay, next up we have Ymir, and it's very simple. Reduce the knockback of Ymir's ultimate by 10%. Nothing too drastic, but it's pretty funny because I don't even think this is really needed. Now Zeus is going to be very interesting. I'm going to read this whole thing for you in as much detail as possible. So the Divine Knockout team stated that the ruler of Olympus has provided plenty of fresh energy to Divine Knockout since he joined the fight, but he needs a little tuning up to give everybody a fair chance to improve his chances in 1v1 and 2v2. His ultimate in particular, while exciting and terrifying at the same time, has too little pressure when he casts it and when we want to make it a tactical play around it being a little more interesting. I kind of get that. His ultimate is a little lackluster. I do like it, the whole animation of it, but it's easy to dodge. It's just some damage and you dodge out his little lightning slap at the end. So this is what they did. First, they adjusted the motion and warp range of his air light from 10 meters to 7.5 meters. Interesting change. For Bolt of Olympus, increased projectile speed by 15%. This I actually really like, and I think it was very necessary. However, it's going to be very difficult now. If he lands that and you're outside of the arena, he's definitely going to get you and give himself a victory. Now for his ultimates, Heaven's Rage. Reduce the number of bolts thrown from 15 to 9. So Zeus will now throw 3 sets before snapping his fingers for his lightning strike. That's actually an interesting change. I don't get why they do that. Maybe it's because it allows, in case they use it when the person dodges, it goes off faster for his last point of his ultimate. So it also says here, increase the damage of each bolt from 4 to 6. Okay. Reduces the pre-fire of the final lightning strike by 0.05 seconds. What was it before? I don't know, but I guess they reduced the time so it happens a lot quicker. Also increase the ultimate charge by 6%. That's pretty interesting. We'll see how this does in game. I do think they need to do a little more for Zeus because overall in 1v1, I think he's lacking a lot. It's exactly like how Thanatos was in the beginning of Divine Knockout. But when it comes to 2v2 play, I think he's actually pretty strong. Now again, they did some bug fixes. The link to this whole patch notes will be in the description down below for you guys to check out, so don't worry about it. I'm just going to talk about the ones they highlighted. So first off, the Bolt of Olympus, Zeus's ability, changing UI now correctly represents the charge state. I didn't even know this was a problem. Next up here, Sharp-Eyed, Thor's Lesser Blessing, will now work correctly with Zeus's Bolt of Olympus. This again, I did not even know this was a problem. Now it kind of makes sense why when I was playing Zeus, it did not work. Now this one particularly is the bug fix that I needed sorted out. A couple others obviously, and I hope they did fix it. But yes, this one contains Sun Wukong bug fix. Activating Sun Wukong's 72 transformation ability immediately after spawning will no longer prevent the ability from going on cooldown. That is super annoying when it happens to you as a Sun Wukong player. Alright guys, that's really it. Let me know what you feel about this patch, and again, the patch notes are going to be in the description down below for you to check out yourself, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!